That car does not require that much downforce. It really doesn't at all. Oh, what a shame. Why would you do that to it?
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. That's naughty, is that, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I did say I didn't want to buy anything stupid, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to do the deal.
Right, so is that sort of your kind of final offering?
Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another day in my life as a car dealer based up in West Yorkshire. We have got serious problems at the moment, so for those of you that don't know, if you're new to the channel, I've been away for a little while. Lots of different reasons for it. I'm now back in the business and going full at it, full time. And we have got a problem with stock, and I think a lot of dealers out there have got a problem with stock at the moment. And I've basically just been in the auctions this morning, which I prefer not to buy from, but I've got a good relationship with a company called G3. We tend to buy from there if we do have to buy from there. And the prices are absolutely mad. Now, the auction prices of buying cars has gone up as well, so because I've not bought in a while, my banding has changed from band 2 to band 3, so it's more expensive there anyway. But the actual cost of cars out of auction is just madness. I can't buy anything that I want, so I've just tried bidding this morning on a couple of different things. So there's for example, an Audi A1 there that I wanted to give 8 grand for, went for £9,200. The retail looks around about 10. And at 8 grand, I was thinking at least it buys the car and I might get 1,500 quid out of it or whatever, which isn't a lot of money, and it might sound it, but it isn't when your running costs are ridiculous. Now, usually my business year, well, always business year goes from March to March. Now, what I tend to try and do is in the first 6 months of that business year is get enough money in the bank to pay the bills for the full year. That then means the following 6 months I can start to be a little bit silly with what I buy and buy some pretty stupid stuff. However, at the moment I'm panicking because I can't buy anything. So what I am going to do, which I hate doing, but is actually a really good way of finding stock, is I'm going to start hitting private listings on Autotrader. And I know that some sellers don't like it, and I know that some sellers won't sell to trades for some bizarre reason. They just don't want to sell to someone who will make money on their car. I don't get that. But anyway, it's the mentality of some people. Some people just don't like car dealers, and I think there's good reason for that in some circumstances. So I'm going to go onto Autotrader and I'm going to set some specific terms for what I want to search for. I'm going to put some phone calls in and let's see if we can get a couple of appointments in the diary to go and view some cars, hopefully local to here. So we're on the Autotrader website, and I have got a problem with Autotrader, but that's a video for another day. And let's just see what we can buy. So there are 475,000 cars to choose from. You'd hope that there'd be a couple there for Rob. So I'm going to go into filtering, and rather than looking at specific makes and models, because I'm not that fussed, what I'm going to do is go for particular criteria that's going to affect whether or not I can actually view the cars. First of all, I want to look at cars that are local to me. I'm going within 30 miles. In fact, actually, I'm going to go 35. Let's squeeze it a little bit. Make or model isn't of an interest to me. Price, I want to be buying cars that are at least 3 grand to a maximum of, call it, 60 grand. Year doesn't bother me, mileage does bother me, so let's go up to 70,000 miles on there. And then what we're going to do is just make sure that we're not looking at other traders, so we're on to private sellers now. But also, I quite like this search term on Autotrader, to be fair. I'm going to go cars that will do 0 to 60 in less than 8 seconds. And the reason for that is because I don't want to buy boring cars. Under 10. I'm really desperate at the minute. So let's just search and see what we've got in here. Okay, whoa, what is that? Is that actually a Maybach? Or is it, I want to be a Maybach? It's a converted car meant to be a Maybach. The scrumptious luxury interior is brand new. I need to see the photos of this car. That is a bold expression of your personality, isn't it? A little part of me likes this, and I don't know what. That doesn't work with the wood, does it? Oh, red and blue. Oh. Right, okay. There's a market for that and I'm not in it. Let's try and find something that I actually want to buy. That is a interesting looking car, to say the least. I certainly don't think it's 50 grand. Right, so there are some interesting cars on here. I know that Bentley's too expensive for a start because I've just been looking at one very similar age and mileage, and the retail looked like 48. In fact, I'm going to prove that to myself that I am right. Let's have a quick look at this. So that is a lovely colour. He's got some nice cars there. Is this a car dealer? The problem with Autotrader is you often, when you're thinking you're buying a private car, you're not, you're buying off a dealer. So you've got to be very cute. Some dealers on there just refuse to pay for Autotrader packages, which is fair enough because it's very expensive. And they will elusively sell a car under the cloak of... Is there any reason in his advert that he potentially thinks that it's worth £50,000? Best example of the car you'll find. Lives in the garage and is cleaned inside and out every other week, service every year with stamps in the book. I thought my descriptions were woeful at best sometimes. Right, obviously not interested in your Bentley, mate, it's way overpriced. But good luck to you, sir. I hope you sell it. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got. Don't want to buy an X6, they are hard work, although I love them. Oh, M3. The ultimate M3 competition, one of one. That is a nice car. And I tell you what, who would buy that? A mate of mine, Richard, who owns a company called Appreciating Classics. Fantastic company, based near Norfolk, or in Norfolk. Not for me, though. Ooh, Range Rovers, I don't want a Range Rover. I like a Mustang, but that is, I know that's expensive. Aston Martin looks well in Harrogate. Ooh. Now, I did say I didn't want to buy anything stupid. I want to buy sort of bread and butter cars at the moment. However, at the moment, if it's got a margin on, I am interested. It is such a time-consuming way of buying cars, is this, only to find out, oh, this might have a margin. 55. He wants 50. Okay. Much loved car, reluctant sale. That's telling me you're probably not going to move much on price. It does look well, does that? 3-owner car as well. I'm going to put that in my save list because that is potentially a little bit of me. Okay. There's some lovely, lovely cars out there at the moment. Now, the problem is when you're in a recession, which, let's face it, we either are or we're very close to it, people will start to want to get out of cars, and there is always people with money wanting to buy cars. So I know that we're all panicking, saying, oh no, the world has ended because Donald Trump is putting stupid tariffs on everybody and doesn't understand what country's got humans and what country's got penguins. However, I still think there's going to be a market for business people. So let's have a quick look at this HRH. However, at the same time, people can be a little bit stretchy when it comes to pricing in times like this because they obviously, and quite rightly so, want to get as much money for their assets as possible. This guy's already bought a new car, hasn't he? He's bought an i7 and he's put his private plate on the i7. Oh, but left it on this, so I can't check it. I suspect what's happened is he's taken the car in for a part exchange. He's not got the money that he's wanted. Don't know why. He's either asking retail or close to retail. I don't know, but it'd be nice to have a look at that. This guy's using photographs from Redline Racing for some bizarre reason. I know Redline Racing, they're just up the road as well in Harrogate. Great company. Guy called Rob who owns it, he's done very well for himself. Good for you, Rob. However, he's using the photographs. Please call me to discuss or send me any questions you have. People make it difficult to buy a car, don't they? Now, I know I hide registration numbers on my adverts, but usually in the text there is a registration number of the car, so people can do the checks if they want to do. The reason I hide it on the images is when people have, people are wanting to clone cars, they look and they don't bother reading the text, they just find one where the reg is showing. Look at that Porsche. That is very yellow, isn't it? I think what I'm going to do here, because I'm ending up with all the expensive stuff at the start, is I'm just going to have a quick look from low to high. But right, okay, let's have a look at some cheaper stuff. Is that Mazda MX-5? Yes, but it's the wrong shape. Mazda MX-5. I like a Mazda MX-5. I think they're really good value for money. I think you're coming into the season where you'd want a Mazda MX-5. And as a rule, we've sold plenty of them. And we've not had that many issues. They tend to be fairly reliable. The only thing you need to look at is the older ones with corrosion. Oh, C-Class. That looks well, doesn't it? That looks like the sort of thing I'd buy for myself, actually. That's a real dad bus. Is he asking too much money? And I know that there'll be people in the comments going, how dare you criticise the price that someone's asking for their car when you're only going to add more money on yourself and sell it yourself? Well, I've got news for you. When I buy this car off this bloke, if the engine falls out, as I've pulled off his drive, that's tough titty. When I sell that car, the engine falls out when they pull out of my showroom, I'm liable for it. And that's why I ask more money than he does. However, people will still get upset. There'll be people on here that will not want to sell to dealers. Okay. He's got up at £6,000. Retail looks 86. Okay. This car has some bodywork issues that could be either left or carried out, so I have priced it accordingly. This is why photographs can be very misleading. So, have you kindly... Okay, so we've got... Okay. So that needs painting. See, what you need to do here is get your body man on, because I still think there's a margin on this car, and I think that actually you might end up doing a deal. Let's try... Give him a call. Give Danny Paint a call.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. That's naughty, is that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's proper naughty. C63 by any chance?
No, just C200 or whatever.
What's pretty cheap?
It's £6,000. Retail looks 8.5.
You're probably realistically proud.
I missed all of that.
You what?
I missed all of that, mate. What was that?
I said the damage because of how it's pushed in. You're obviously going to have to door on and off and stuff like that. You're probably going to be anywhere between like £750 and £900.
Right.
There'll be a lot of time in it.
Yeah. Oh, I could see it, mate. I could see it. Yeah. Right. Okay. But if I can get another £1,000 off it.
If you get another £1,000 off it, it's probably worthwhile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you ask him if he can take you a picture of inside the dog leg with it open?
Yeah, inside the door. Yeah, in the door edge.
Yeah, so like you want a picture of it, because thing is, if it's crumpled it in like they normally do,
Yeah.
you just struggle getting it out. So do you know what I mean? So they'll be like, you could end up adding another probably 4 or 5 hours to it.
Right. Okay. Right.
Do you know what I mean? So you're probably as well seeing if you can ping your picture that way if you can.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Good shout. Cool. Sorted.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Right. Okay. So Danny Paint, he's telling us that could be worse than we think. And if you're into sort of looking at proper bad stuff, it just isn't worth it because it'll never be right. It just looks like he's caught a post or something. It doesn't look that bad to me. It looks sort of superficial. But more to the point, it's not just the cost of sorting it. It's also if that is actually quite bad, then I don't want to know anyway. It just takes time, doesn't it? But the problem is you can spend an entire day at an auction and buy nothing. Or you can spend a day searching cars and driving around the country and buy nothing. But at the moment, the auction prices are pretty shocking. So I think I know where my time's best invested. That looks well. What is that spoiler? Oh. That car does not require that much downforce. It really doesn't at all. Oh, what a shame. Why would you do that to it? So that's going to need a new boot lid. It's got the Pan America front grille on it as well. Has it got air scarf? All I want to know is if this car has got air scarf. Needs a polish. Oh, mate. I hope you haven't done that to that car. It's got air scarf. You can see on that picture there. Right, okay. So, you've got a real good angle to negotiate on this with that stupid spoiler. 64,000 miles on the clock. Let's see what the retail is. £9,000 and he wants 8.5. We plough on. It's not the best spec in the world then, is it? Let's have a quick look. YF12JYB. This is the stuff that people don't see you doing in the background, and it is rather stressful. 66,700 miles. £8,400. He wants £500 more than I think I could sell it for. Ah, you think you're getting somewhere, don't you? And then you just hit a load. Cat N, no thank you. I don't want any category cars whatsoever. I probably should have filtered it out, but it's too far. I'm too deep in now. There's nothing that sort of jumps off the page. I think I really like the look of that. That looked really nice in my showroom. These are good sellers. And it's got a pan roof. That's nice. KV65 GZZ. Okay. Might be on something here. Here we go. So let's get pan roof in here because it will make a difference to the price. Is this a 12 grand car? Oh, that's a Chat GPT bloody advert if I've ever seen one. Looking for a stylish, reliable and well-maintained vehicle? Look no further. Oh, shut up and give me the details. Full spec. Okay, excellent condition inside and out. Bodywork superb. No major marks or dents. It's not saying there aren't any marks and dents. Interior is clean, well cared for. Featuring premium materials that Mercedes-Benz is known for. Mercedes-Benz is well known for not using premium materials anymore, but anyway. 2.1 diesel, yeah, this is a good looking car to be fair. Electric sunroof, premium sound system. Has it? No? All I want to know, bonus offer. As an added bonus, this car comes with a free car washing kit and tyre pump, making it easy to keep your A-Class looking as good as new. I mean, to be fair to these guys, they've really, really tried with this advert. But what I want to know is what service history has it got? And whereabouts is it based? Manchester, it's like right on the edge of the search. It would be, wouldn't it? Right, that is another one to call back. We like that a lot. Good advert, mate. But that is going to mean driving to Manchester. I don't have a trailer anymore and I really do want a trailer again. Oh, I'm thinking I might keep that Touareg, as a tow car and get a trailer. I really am tempted to just make everything smaller. To just tone it all back again. Stop bulk buying cars, just start going up and down the country and specifically buying cars with good margins. I just feel like your time is so much better invested. Anyway, I found a couple there that I quite like the look of. So what I'm going to do is put a couple of calls in to some of these people. Let's just see what the dealio is. Mercedes first. We'll give him a call. Let's see whether or not he can send us a photo of that damage. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say I'm a car dealer. He might tell me to bugger off. He probably will. However, let's just see if we can get anywhere with this bloke. He's probably sick of these calls.
When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Right. I suspect he's going to ring back, hit my voicemail, realise I'm a car dealer and probably never want to speak to me again. So let's have a look at this A-Class.
Three 808-427. Please leave a message after the tone.
This might be someone calling back. Hello, Rob speaking.
Hi, I just got a call from this number.
Oh, right. Yeah, have you got a Mercedes on Autotrader?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Right, okie doke. Is it the... Just want to double check. I've called about 2 Mercs this morning. The grey
Yeah.
The grey A-Class?
Grey class, yeah, AMG Night Edition.
Yeah, cool. Nice looking thing. Yeah, just a couple of questions really. I've read the advert, it's very detailed. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
That's all right.
Just wanted to see if you've got any more information on the service history side of things.
Yeah, so it has a full service history with Arnold Clark, a Mercedes, so I've got that up to date.
Right,
Got
okay.
copies of that, yeah.
Perfect. And when was the last service?
This December 2024.
Okay, right. So
Yeah.
no problem. So it's been done recently. And
Yes.
okay, perfect. How long have you had the car a while, is there?
I've had it 5 years now, yeah.
Oh, well, right, okay, cool. And what's the reason that you're selling it? I know it sounds a bit of a weird question, but there's no problems or anything with the car, are there?
No, I just bought a new car. Really, I wanted to go electric, but yeah.
All right,
That
okay.
was the reason. Yeah.
No, fair enough, not a problem. Okay, with regards to coming across and seeing it, I mean, I'm based in Bingley, so it's a little bit of a
Yeah.
mission. But when's normally good for you for coming across and seeing it?
Well, weekends are fine, really. If you want to come on the weekend.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
Potentially Saturday might be good for me.
Yeah.
That works for you. But I just want to do a little bit more digging on it because if I came across to buy it, I'd be wanting to buy it and drive it away. So I just want to make sure that I've seen everything that I need to do, kind of history wise on it and stuff first before I come down. But
Fine.
yeah.
Are you part of a dealership? Did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, I've got a car
Okay.
dealership myself. Yeah, so
Okay, great.
I'd be buying it for stock, but
Okay.
I'm really fussy with what I buy, and please don't take that
Yeah.
the wrong way.
That's
I'm
fine.
not your normal car dealer.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. Did you say your name was Will?
Close, Rob.
What was that? Sorry.
It's Rob. You were close.
Rob. I don't know why I heard Will. Sorry. Not close at all.
It's cool. No
Right.
problem.
No problem,
What was
right.
your name? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereabouts in Manchester are you?
I'm in Stretford.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah. So to be fair, you're only about an hour away. It's just getting down
okay.
there, and
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
what I'd have to do is come down with
Yeah.
a colleague,
Yeah.
assuming that we'd like the car, and then obviously pay you and drive away.
Great. No, sorry. Just out of curiosity, what sort of price range were you looking at if you were happy with the car?
I'd have to see it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the issue really. I'm not. Like I said, I don't mind paying a bit more than a trade-in price would be, as long as the car's right. I mean, it's got a sunroof,
Yeah.
which is kind of really important to me. I mean, what are you kind of needing for it? I guess is probably a good conversation to have now.
Well, I'm just having issues getting sort of getting it sold, really, but because I'm not getting the price that I want, so I don't want to waste everyone's time.
Okay, I respect that.
But it's in good condition. I'm blanking the engine and things. Yeah, they're all right. There are some scratches on the bonnet that seem to be problematic. They're like key scratches.
I can
Just to
see
let you
them
know.
now.
Yeah,
I can see them.
yeah, they are visible on the images. I made clear of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the only thing really.
Okay, no, I really appreciate your honesty there, because that would have been a. I mean, it
That's all right.
doesn't bother me because we know someone who paints, so it's not kind of the end of the world.
Okay.
But yeah, as I say, it just comes down to whether or not you've got any movement on the price, I guess.
I suppose if you want to wait to see it, then that makes sense. You don't seem to have any major, issues or. Yeah, that's fine.
Let me. I'll have a word with Callum, who's my colleague, and
Yeah.
let's just sort of. I'll have a word with the body shop as well. Find out how much a bonnet is to paint on one of those, and then what I'll do before we sort of make plans to come down, I'll just say, look, the worst case scenario is this is what my offer would be, and if it's miles away,
just
then
have an idea.
yeah, exactly. At least we've been honest from the get go. So yeah, cool.
That's fine. I think there's also a bump on the left side door.
Okay.
That's also visible in the pictures.
Is it just has it gone through the paint, or is it just a little dent?
It's a dent, and then there's a chip.
Okay. I mean, if it's not silly, is it which door is it?
On the left side, left rear door.
Left rear. I mean, it's not. It doesn't jump out of the. Okay. Yeah. I see that now. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. No sweat. I'm not. At the end of the day, we get paint for fairly decent price. It's not silly. So I'm not going to be coming and going. We're knocking thousands and thousands off to try and do a deal. I know that's not going to happen. So, but no, thank you again for pointing that out.
No, that's
again,
fine.
I appreciate it. So.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I just appreciate it because you don't live near, so.
No, cool, thank you. I've done it, but funny enough, last time I went to Manchester, a guy had lied through his teeth about a BMW, and I came back empty.
No.
I know.
Oh, no, I don't want that. Don't want to waste anyone's time.
No, it's cool. No, I appreciate your honesty. So, perfect. Yeah, leave it with me, and I'll let you know either way what our plans are. But so have you had it on for a while, and people coming down not happy with the condition? Is that kind of where you're going?
So it's more so private buyers, like people, individual, not dealers. So
Yeah.
so they want it fixed, and I just don't have the time to do that.
Got it.
But with dealers and things, they've offered low prices, and I haven't accepted it.
Okay.
So there's
No,
just
that's
not
fair enough.
anything to- yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Get it. Well, what I'll do, I'll ring my body guy now. Have a
Yeah.
conversation, show him the photos, and I guess best bet really is give you a call back and go, well, this is probably where we're going to, assuming everything else is all right, this is probably where our offer will be, and if it's good for you, great, we'll check over. If not, then that's cool. At least we've had the conversation.
That's fine. I look forward to hearing from you, Rob.
Thank you again for your time.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Speak soon. Thanks. Bye bye. Bye bye. How honest is that? So I really, really appreciate that. That she's obviously getting mucked about a little bit, which is understandable because now she's pointed out those dents, and I've gone through the photos in a bit more detail. They are quite obvious, and maybe I should have seen them in the first place. But however, I would have seen them before I bought it. So I need to have a word with Danny again, find out how much I need to be knocking off this car, which she's expecting. It's just, what's annoying on this is, I think her description is very, very detailed, but then she doesn't mention anything about the bodywork on it. That bonnet's going to need paint, and I already know a bonnet paint is going to be 200 or 300 quid, probably nearer 300 on a slightly larger bonnet like that. That rear quarter is a bit of a mess. There's a dent there, but I'm wondering if a dent man will take most of that out. You kind of need to see it in flesh. Anyway, give Danny Paint a call, and then we go from there. Let's get him on the blower. Okay, so in that interim period, following the interlude, I've been on the phone to Danny Paint again, showing him the images of this A-Class. Now we come to the negotiation part, which is fair enough, and I don't like to normally negotiate over the phone. I'd much rather get there and have the conversation in person. However, she obviously knows that car has got a couple of cosmetic issues, and it'd be fair to have the conversation now rather than when we get there. I think retail on it is going to be 11,695. There or thereabouts. She's currently got it up for £10,000. That car is going to need a rear door because of the swage lines, so the kind of angular lines that come down the door. It might be a bit of a mess trying to sort it out. It's probably going to be cheaper just to put a new door panel on it. Now, I don't normally like doing this. However, with the situation we've got at the moment, not having any cars, you're kind of looking at other options. A new door for that is, with the best will in the world, 250 quid. I mean, some people are asking for 400, but you're probably 250 quid for a door. I suspect, and I've not asked Danny, but you're probably going to be in a similar sort of amount for painting it and fitting it and blending into the rear quarter. And there is a dent on the rear quarter to come out as well, so you might be into kind of resolving that situation. Looking at myself there, it's very off-putting. So I think there's going to be at least 500 quid's worth of prep just on that rear door. The bonnet is going to be at least 300 quid. So I think you've got 800 quid here. That car needs to be, in my mind, 11,695, take away 800 quid in prep, take away, what else did it need? Nothing else, probably a MOT and service. Said it was serviced up to date, but we'll see about that. So take away 50 quid. I want to make £2,000 on it. With the best will in the world, I can't give more than £9,000 for that car, and I don't think I'm getting a good deal at £9,000. So let's just see whether or not this has got any legs on it. I've also got the other cars to call back as well, but I'm also conscious this video could become quite a long and boring one, and we wouldn't want to be waffling now, would we? So let's call her back and see if we can take this any further.
Hello?
Hello, it's Rob again. We spoke earlier on about the A-Class.
Oh, yes, yeah. Hi, Rob. You all right?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Thanks. I'm all right, thanks.
Good. I've been on with the body shop. Thanks for those photos. Sent them across to him so he could have a proper look. He seems to think it might be a new door job, just because of the. You've probably been here before. I suspect you've had it looked at. So it really does come down to numbers on this, because we're putting a new door on it, painting it, doing the quarter, painting the bonnet. Obviously, I can't give £10,000 for it.
Yeah.
Where do you kind of need to be on it so we're not sort of messing about here?
Well, I suppose I'm looking at offer somewhere in £9,000.
Right. Okay. Might be a little bit of a push. Yeah, it might just be a little bit of a push that I kind of had between 8 and 9 in my head. I had sort of like, I thought we might end up dealing at about 8.5. I think the problem is, and I'll be open with you, I think it's probably about 11.5, maybe 11.7 for me to retail it. And that's obviously making it perfect. I think a door's going to be 250 quid for a second-hand one, probably the same to paint it and fit it. Bonnet 300 quid, so you thick end of 800 quid to £1,000 there in prep. We've obviously got the running costs of this place as well, so you need to be doing at very least £2,000 across it net.
Okay.
So I think at 8.5 would be right up to the edge of where we could possibly be on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to do the deal.
Right. So is that sort of your kind of final offering?
I think 8.5 is going to be where we're at on it. But as long as there's nothing else on the car, we would literally buy it at that and drive away.
Right. All right. Would you want to arrange a time to come and look at it still?
Yeah, we can come across. Does Saturday work for you?
Oh, actually, sorry, one sec, I think.
No problem.
Saturday in the morning or afternoon?
Morning would be better for us, like not first thing, but maybe sort of 10 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, I could do 10 a.m. Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Okie doke.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Thank you.
Super. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time again.
Thank you. Bye now.
Cheers. Thanks. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Okay. So I had 8845 as kind of like a worst case place where I want to be. So that gives us another 300 quid across it just in case there's anything. When we get down there, if there's a wheel edge that needs doing or if there's a tyre that's low or anything like that, I don't have to be, that's the address, I don't have to be a git about it now. I can just stand on that offer. I think that's fair. So, brilliant stuff. Right, okay, we're off across on Saturday. And what I will do is I'm going to do a follow-up video to this to see whether or not we actually buy this Mercedes. And I hope that you found that interesting. That's actually a result. It's not going to be a amazing profit margin car by any stretch of the imagination, but if we can pull a couple of grand out of that, well, that's, £2,000 towards our 10 grand running costs, isn't it? And at least we can continue to stay afloat. There we go. How exciting. Callum's going to have a little road trip with me on Saturday, and I can imagine he's going to be very excited about that too. So I will see you hopefully next week with some information about whether or not we've bought that car and whether or not I'm a happy chappy. In the meantime, I'm going to carry on with this because I've got to buy some more cars. I had a plan of action today to buy at least 5, and we're on 1, and it is, I need to set off in literally 5 minutes. It's job knackered then, isn't it? I'll see you next time. Cheers.